Hey, what's up, Hello News family? Welcome to another episode of Can We Talk, our show where we talk to dope people in the community doing dope things. And today is no different. I'm so excited to have my next guest on. He's a part of our special edition of the Can We Talk podcast. We are honoring and highlighting the Jack Daniels Black Achiever Awards honorees. And this next guy has an amazing story, and he's going to show you why he's deserving of the Black Achiever Award. Without further ado, we're going to bring to the show a friend to High Low News, Mr. MJ Green. Hey, what's up?
What's up? How are you?
I'm good. Welcome back, MJ.
I'm glad to be back. You know, it's a blessing and an honor.
No, thank you. It's an honor that you are allowing us to celebrate you, and I thank you for being a Black Achiever Awards honoree. Our panel of picking people and deciding who we wanted to nominate and honor, you were at the top of that list, and so I just thank you for all the work that you're doing in the community.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you.
Thank you. Well, we'll jump right in. I want to know about your story and how you got started. I want people to really understand why you are a Black Achiever. So let's start from the beginning. Where are you originally from? And tell us about your upbringing.
Sure. I'm a Black Achiever because my parents are Black Achievers. My mom and dad were both born in St. Louis. I was born in St. Louis. My dad worked for Ted Turner. Setting up cable TV networks, and that moved us across the United States. And he also worked for Ross Perot, which most of us know ran for president a couple times. He used to own a company called EDS. I think that I'm really a combination of both of my parents, right? I think that my dad is a brilliant businessman, a finance guy, and a real networker. My mother is also a networker, but also really just focused on the community. My mom cares about people. She cares about, leaving the world in a better place than, it was when she got here. And also my mom is a rabble rouser and supporting any and everything Black. So, I think that I'm a combination of both of those, right? I try to use the education and the things that I learned working in finance to create tools, products, and instruments that really help our community move forward. I'm a real big proponent in financial literacy, and I truly believe that given the opportunity and given the capital, Black people across the world have more than enough to be successful. We just need the opportunity and the capital to be able to do that. And so I try to work to be able to provide that.
No, I love that. You definitely have come on the show before to talk about funding and different opportunities. So you're definitely in alignment with that work. I want to know what brought you to South Florida or Miami? Like, how did your journey go from St. Louis to the Sunshine State?
Sure. I graduated college in St. Louis, and I worked for a CDFI, Community Development Financial Institution. And I was a loan officer there. And my degree is actually in management information system. I actually have an IT degree. But while working there, I remember my boss at the time turned down 2 loan applications that I thought should be approved. The people didn't have high enough credit scores or whatever it might be. I didn't take that no for an answer and really believed in those individuals. I went and talked to the CEO. I sat down with him and he said, MJ, if you think it's a good idea and you believe in them, let's do them. And both of those businesses have been hugely successful. And their families have made great amounts of money and doing well in St. Louis. But once I did that, I kind of was hooked on that feeling of really being able to help somebody out and really do something that, will not only change the business owners' lives, but really their families' lives and their children's lives. And so that led me to really be more interested in finance and knowing that my degree was in IT, that I felt like I didn't have enough financial knowledge to really have the impact that I wanted to have. And so I got a job working for Bank of America and bounced around a couple different finance jobs in Seattle until I wound up at the Bank of Montreal working in wealth management, which I worked there in Seattle probably for the longest. They closed down that office, and I was kind of chilling and trying to invest my own money. I was a part of a mentorship group, amazing group called Team Issachar in Seattle. A group of Black men got together and self-funded their own mentorship program. And I was a part of that, and one of the guys on a board for CDFI in Seattle. And he said, hey, MJ, your finance background and your passion, this organization could really use your help. Will you come check it out, see if you want to work there? I worked there for about 3 months, put out all the money that they had in that 3-month period, and was at a conference and got offered an opportunity to come down to Miami to start a CDFI from the ground up, which was something that I was really interested in. And so I started the small business lending program at the Community Fund of North Miami-Dade, ran that for maybe about 2 or 3 years, and then helped start with the great community CDFI group here, start the Rise Fund. And then I ran that for about 1 or 2 years. And then somewhere in between there, the first female mayor of Miami-Dade County, Daniela Levine Cava, shot me a text and a phone call and asked me if I would be interested in coming work for her. And so really blessed and excited to, be a part of her team and try to continue to drive her mission and the future ready mission that she has for Miami-Dade County forward.
I love that. And your journey, I didn't know that your work with the Community Fund in North Miami-Dade was like your first time or like your entry into South Florida working here. So that's amazing. I feel like you just, you're one of those people who kind of like really seeped into the culture and the thread of things. So I feel like you just have been here for a very, very, very long time. So that's crazy.
I'm a firm believer. Yeah, you can't do community development without being in the community. I think that's really disingenuous. So I appreciate you saying that. I try to, spend as much time and be around people like yourself and others to really try to understand the community here and be a part of the community.
That's what's up. And so tell us about this new position. I don't want to butcher your title. So tell us that title that you have working with Miami-Dade County Mayor and what that encompasses.
Sure. So my title is the Deputy Director of Economic Development and Innovation. And that really, I'm focused on the mayor has a future ready plan, which has 3 pillars, tech and innovation, workforce development, and then small business. And so I'm really focused on trying to really drive those three areas forward, as well as in that department is the film and entertainment department, the county's economic development real estate deals, and the agriculture department. And so I work with a great team, and we really are trying to make sure that all the prosperity that Miami-Dade County has experienced in the last, let's say, 2 years continues to push this amazing place forward, right? I think the real special thing about Miami, everybody has beaches, right? Miami is special because of the diversity that's here. And that's what makes this place special. And so, again, I think the more opportunities that we can offer people from diverse backgrounds, the more successful they'll be and the better off we all will be.
And so what are some specific projects or initiatives that you're working on that the community should know about?
Sure. And so I'm still a part of and extremely active with the Dade County Federal Credit Union and the RISE Fund, right? So the RISE Fund is a county-supported fund to support small business in Miami-Dade County, really looking to provide capital up to $75K to small businesses with less than 50 employees and less than $5 million in revenue, right? So the real kind of mom and pop small businesses that we think of, the SBA definition of small business is quite large. I work a lot with Danilo Vargas, which a lot of people know. And so that's the small business incubator, Strive 305, and all the technical assistance workshops and classes that the county has for small businesses. And then we're really focused on workforce development, right? How can we help train the future workforce? How can we help upskill individuals in Miami-Dade County and provide pathways to better careers and higher earning jobs? Miami has traditionally been a service sector county, but that's drastically changing as this is now, one of the most popular places in the world right now and a truly global county. We have an opportunity, and I think that we also have a responsibility to be able to provide individuals in this community pathways to be able to kind of get some of these jobs in the future. And so we're working on internships, apprenticeships. We're partnering with the MDC, FIU, FMU, all of the universities, as well as the school board to really kind of create and develop programs that will help do that. On the tech and innovation side, continuing to push the tech movement that's happened here. And so the mayor has recently announced the Miami-Dade Innovation Authority. That will be a great public-private partnership that will help provide pathways for startups to help us solve some of our most pressing issues that we have here in Miami-Dade County. I run the Biz Up grant program, which is a $1 million grant program that gives out grants of $50,000 to $100,000 for small businesses or that are aligned with the Mayor 4Es, right? So that's really looking for businesses that have a community impact and providing them capital to continue to do that great work. So we have a lot of really amazing things going on, and just glad to have the team that I have and to work with this mayor at this point in time in Miami-Dade County.
I love that. And, I would be remiss, even though I know this is a spotlight on you and we want to know all about you, but you have such a wealth of knowledge. I would want to know, what is a common misconception that people have about going about getting resources from the county or working with the county? What is something that you come across a lot that people just have a misinformation about?
I think that people think that maybe there aren't always that many resources. The county has a host of programs, right? I mentioned the programs I run, but there also is, Gary Hartfield and his department with the SBEs and really trying to help small businesses get county contracts. And then also the work that Jason Smith, who is doing for the mayor with diversity, equity, and inclusion, right? He's the mayor's diversity and inclusion guy. And all of those things, I think, are things in where we're trying to engage the community to try to help them access some of the resources that the county has. I think that, people do think that, sometimes the county, it is a lot of paperwork, right? But, all good things take a little bit of work, right?
True.
But there are people in all of those departments that I mentioned and my department that are more than willing to help. Also, the county is really great at being a resource navigator for the simple fact that our purview is the entire county. So being able to point people in the right direction to the different mom and pop programs that are run by the commissioners in different districts, the Miami Foundation programs, the other CDFI programs, most likely we have some relationship or knowledge of those different programs to really point people in the right direction.
That's what's up. I want to take it back to your childhood. What was a specific, memory or anecdote or some advice that gave you that motivation or that inspiration to do the work that you do? I know you spoke about your parents and their amazing work and careers, but can you give me something else that really, really was like that aha moment where you're like, this is the path that I need to go on, or this is inspiring me to be the man that I am today?
That's tough because I don't know if there was really one moment. I think it's a lifetime of small moments. I think it's a lifetime of my mom and dad showing me both sides of the coin. I think exposure is really important. I think that my mom and dad exposed me to, the haves and the have-nots. I have two sets of godparents, which is truly a blessing. And both of them are extremely successful. I would argue, multimillionaires in their own right. And so also to be able to see cohesive Black families that are more successful than my own successful family, but then also to see folks and individuals who weren't, and to kind of see that full spectrum, and to know that I think a lot of it is really about exposure and opportunity. And so I think it was a real slow drip throughout my entire life that kind of led to me doing this work, and then me being a true combo baby of my parents. My complexion is like my mother's, and I have the height of my father. And so I think that I'm a blend of both of them in trying to take, finance, business, and relationships with a real community spin and trying to help people out, which my mother is, fully focused on.
I love it, man. That's a great advice. And what you said, I agree. It's a combination of the journey. Sometimes it's not one thing. And I love how you broke that down. MJ, I would like to know, in your own words, what does it mean to you to be a Black achiever?
To me, to be a Black achiever is to hopefully continue to push things forward. There are no Black achievers in 2023 without the Black achievers in 1923, right? Without the Black achievers in 1823. And so I think to be a Black achiever really means standing on the legacy of many other people that came before me, my parents' friends, their friends to kind of really continue to push that forward, to continue to try to make them proud. And I think that, unfortunately, for where Black America or Black people are in the world, you know, my achievements are the achievements of hopefully all of us, and the achievements that somebody in the future will take a little bit further. I think that we all, on the list of people who are being awarded, are all trying to chip away at the inequality. I think that we all have a piece in it, right? There's no way that I can do it by myself. And so I'm really excited. You know, one of the things that excites me most about this award is that Danny and Phil are both receiving an award, right?
Yeah, Danny, Isaiah, and Munch.
Yeah. Danny and Isaiah, right, exactly. And, you know, being able to fund them and provide them capital when I first got here, and to see their business grow and their community impact grow, and then be successful in the other projects that we've tried to do together. I think that that's really exciting, because those are two people or three people in somewhat of a different lane, but all on the same path, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to fund businesses, help people out in a financial way, and they're really trying to provide space, education, and I would say community resources and community impact in a different way. But at the same time, we're all working together, and we also too are supporting each other along the journey.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's kind of really what being a Black achiever is about, is, you know, achievements for us all and achievements for us all together.
Man, that was amazing. I love the way you put that, and so, you know, humble and honorable of you to give a shout out to someone else that's doing the work as well. Like, that just goes to show your character and why you're truly a Black achiever and why you deserve this award. I know people out there are probably like, I want to connect with him. All these resources that you named, how can people connect with you, whether that be on social, or if that's something at the county that they should look up or look into? Let them know how they should connect with you.
Sure. I think the first thing, if you're looking for a small business loan, risemiamidade.com is a great resource. If you are a small business owner, you should be connected to multiple CDFIs wherever you live, right? I know that your audience is, you know, South Florida and beyond. And so no matter where you are, you should be connected to a CDFI, because those are the institutions that are really going to be able to support and help you. On the county side, Strive 305, STRIVE 305, is really a lot of our community and public facing engagement, resources, and assets. The Virtual Incubator is a virtual platform that hosts workshops and classes for small businesses and provides them a wealth of information and guidance. And then I think the best way to connect with me is, you know, via email, which is Michaeljohn, MICHAELJOHN .green, just like the color, at miamidade.gov. And as you know, I am more than willing to help out anyone, regardless if it's a resource that's inside the county or outside the county. I'll do my best to definitely point you in the right direction and connect you to some folks that can definitely help you out. Because again, you know, I think the Black Achievers thing is really all of us working together to kind of push and chip away at certain things.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much, MJ. This has been an amazing conversation. I'm happy to learn more about you and your background. Those are things I didn't know. And so I'm so grateful for you to be a part of this program, this first cohort of honorees. I want to give another special shout out to Jack Daniels for being the corporate sponsor and understanding the importance of highlighting people in our community and putting their money where their mouth is and investing in our community as well. So thank you, Jack Daniels, for presenting the Black Achiever Awards for 2023. Our awards reception is going down February 28th at 7 p.m. at the Historic Hampton House in Liberty City. You guys come by. There's still a few RSVPs available. They're going fast though. So
can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
And what an amazing honor is it to be awarded anything at the Hampton House, right? The famous picture of Muhammad Ali under the water, him and Malcolm X at the lunch counter, you know. So to be able to be in a place that has that ridiculous amount of history, I think is truly inspiring. And, you know, I think all of us that are being awarded will continue to push us forward. And then shout out to you.
You said that. No, me.
Shout out to you for doing this. Black media, Black storytelling, Black support, Black outlets, and Black stories are extremely important. And you are, an independent woman doing this on your own. So shout out to you, and we appreciate the work that you're doing.
Oh, thank you, MJ. This is supposed to be about you, MJ. Look at you. You just can't help yourself, can you?
It's because it's about us. It's about us. I can't fund a business if there are no businesses.
That part. Look, we gotta. I didn't want to get into it here because when you mentioned the part about your loan officer, the director of that bank denying a loan, I'm like, there's a whole conversation there about Black businesses and what happens, what we need to do to be prepared. What are some things that people are looking at that they may turn down our loans? I'm like, I gotta have MJ back to kind of break down those things, because that's crazy that you were like, I see potential in this and these businesses thrive, but this guy didn't have that vision or that perspective or that eye. And that just goes to show why we're needed in these spaces.
Definitely needed in these spaces. I think that also, really I have to shout out the leadership of that organization, the CEO, and letting me do that. And, if I had to be 100% honest, on paper, no one would have ever done that loan. But I just had a gut feeling and knew that it would be successful. Sometimes we know, the way something looks might not be indicative of the way that it tastes, right? And so sometimes being able to see a little bit behind that, being able to kind of have that gut feeling if something is going to be successful or not, is hugely important. I think Black people have been tastemakers and leaders for forever, right? And a lot of that has to do with being able to see around the curve, being able to see something in someone or something that no one saw. And that, unfortunately, is really difficult to articulate on paper. And so we do need people in those spaces. We do need to advocate, but also if we can make the things on paper look better, it will make things a lot easier for us as well.
I agree, man. That is amazing, MJ. I hope you'll come back and keep dropping these financial gems. And now you have the county connection there. Like, you definitely got to come back because our audience loves this information. But enough about that. Thank you for the work that you're doing. Thank you for being dedicated to us. Thank you for being in that space and being someone who sees us and gives us the opportunity and the knowledge to get the financial backing or have the resources that we need to have successful businesses. So thank you for this work that you're doing, and thank you for being a Black achiever. You are so well deserving of this honor.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much for having me. I look forward to being back soon.
Yes, definitely. Again, we want to give another shout out to Jack Daniels for presenting the 2023 Black Achievers Awards, going down at the Historic Hampton House on February 28th at 7 p.m. You guys, please RSVP. They're going fast. After a while, we're not going to be able to give out any more tickets. I'm so happy that the buzz is buzzing, but you guys get your tickets at Eventbrite. Again, thank you, Jack Daniels, for sponsoring all of this. This has been another amazing episode of Can We Talk Podcast, our special edition with the Black Achiever Awards honorees. We'll see you guys next time. Head to highlownewsmiami.com for all the information about our Black achievers and anything that's going on Black South Florida. You guys can get that information there. Follow us online and on social media. We'll see you next time. This has been great. Again, thank you, MJ.
Thank you.
Peace.